Hey, welcome. And on this video, I'll be showing you how the app works, what my hardware setup is, and some sample driving on this using this ambient light that we're working on. There, so that's my rig over there. You can see the WLED panels that I made using WLED strips. I squeezed them between acrylic sheets to make them into a panel. Still not quite what I want. Like, I'd probably make a better enclosure. Maybe 3D print a black thing that covers this. But you can see how bright it is. Like, it's also good when I'm working, so my eyes don't get that much strain because the entire ambient lighting around the screen is bright, so it helps. I made this PVC overhead, what do you call it, trusses, where I mount all of the things I need overhead. Three D printed the brackets. So it's the beauty of using WLED. Like, they're so cheap. Like 150 LEDs in 5 meters would cost me like $10. So let's look at the app that does all that. I'll be sharing it soon on my Patreon page, but basically here's how it works. We capture the screen from the game so we can position our regions. The region boxes, we have 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still have to fix the font because I originally made the boxes bigger, but I had to make it smaller so the focus would be more defined. I positioned them where we want to capture the light. Now, each of these region boxes is configured to a segment, so we can define 4 segments, because originally what I wanted to do was to have like 4 panels, which I still tend to do. Like, I'm currently buying a Wled panel right now, which costs less than $10, and it's already a matrix, so I won't need to do this all over again. Like, it's already a square 16 by 16 LEDs. That's like 256 LEDs in one panel. So I bought 2 of those more. I'm just waiting for them, and I'll have 1 in front and 1 at the back. So anyway, so each of these panel I assign to a segment. So in this case, I have 150 LEDs here, so it's 0 to 150. For segment 2 right now, I am using actually 4 channels in my Wled controller, and I happen to connect this left LED panel to my 4th channel, which currently is configured to start at 450 up to 600. So that's my segment 2. So what will happen now is, when I move my region box for segment 1, it will basically copy whatever the average color is underneath this region and throw that average color to my segment 1 panel. So that's how it works, and I'm sure all the other apps out there somewhat allows you to do that, although I've tried, for example, prismatic, and it only lets you get the borders. I don't know if there's any way to fine-tune that. I don't know. I wouldn't know. So what I did was just to make something that I'm familiar with. So anyway, so that's how it works. So if you start this, then it will start capturing, see, whatever is underneath there. So now let's look at, I'll just run a set of course in AI mode. So there you go. So it's now capturing the regions that I basically defined. What's really helping is the amount of light that I have. Like for most setup that I've seen, they don't have as much LEDs, I guess. Like for the Philips Hue, for example, it's a small panel that's probably maybe like, I don't know, 60 LEDs, I guess. I wouldn't know. But compared to this, it's gonna be dimmer. And what you really want is a high contrast of lights. When you go through shadows, you want it really dark. When you get to a bright light, you want it to be really bright. That gives you that effect. That's what you want to do. So the amount of light is very important for me. Latency, of course, is also important. But I've seen like the other softwares doing it, and they look pretty decent. I can see the latency is pretty good. I'd say maybe it's just a matter of like putting the lights in the right position. So you can see how much light is really lighting up the whole rig. See, and you can tell from the direction where the light is coming from. So those flashes of lights are very important for me. I think that makes it even more realistic than just subtle changes in lighting. Okay, so let me try a night mode. See how it works. So without changing anything in our setup, I'm gonna go try it in night mode. Another thing that works here is, you know, the accuracy of the colors given off by the lights. Like by taking an exact amount of pixels from the screen and using the same color on your lights, you can see like your entire environment becomes part of the screen. Now the key to that really is making sure you put the regions in the right spot. Ideally, you want to find a light colored spot, in which case it's usually my A pillar, and a spot that will more or less give you a sense of where the light is coming from. something that would be very interesting for sim racers out there, especially for content creation. Now, I honestly tried looking for something like this, and didn't really get to see one that's exactly like this. Man, could be just maybe just the setup. I don't know if it's a limitation in the hardware. But I think this is an affordable way of implementing a nice, realistic ambient lighting, and I could really use your support. So please head on to my Patreon page. There's really nothing much going on there, not a lot of followers. But I think this is something. If you think this is something that interests you, then please help me make make this into something we can all use, and help me make more of this kind of things. Thank you for watching this far, and hope to be making more videos like this. Thank you.